Hey Gemini, what's up? How are you doing, guys? I hope you guys are doing well. I'm coming through with your just because reading just because I felt like reading your energy, all right? So, we are going to look into whatever spirit wants us to see here. Okay, I'm trying to talk directly to the Gemini collective, but if we pick up other people's energy, and I feel like we will, your friend's gonna come along, Gemini, I kind of feel like it, then that's what we pick up on. Okay, but we're gonna try to focus on just Gemini's energy. Okay, thank you guys for all that you do. Thank you, Gemini, for liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, showing your just complete support. You guys are awesome, and I love you so much. Okay, I needed to chill before I could get into your energy, Gemini, because I feel like shit has literally been popping for Geminis, right? So let's just see what we have. Okay, we're gonna look at the archetype cards from Miss Carolyn Mice, or Miss, however you say that. And we're gonna see what personality traits we're taking on right now, or what things we're working through, right? There's light and the shadow of things. We're also gonna pick an animal spirit card for the collective of Gemini, and then we're gonna do Oracle and Tarot. So yeah, we're gonna have a good old time, guys, okay? So, you know, let's just get all buckled in here to go down the rabbit hole. Let's see what we got. What archetype is Gemini working through right now? What attributes is Gemini showing, or maybe even having forced upon you, right? Because I can get that too with these archetype messages, like people are seeing you in this light. This isn't necessarily you. We'll see though, okay? We'll see what comes out, and depending on what message I get, right? Gemini, please. Gemini, archetype for Gemini. That's too many. I really would just want one. Gemini, please. Thank you. The teacher. So I'm immediately sensing that you have been a catalyst for something, whether you meant it to be that way, guys, or not. Or you might be being taught a couple things right now from a catalyst, okay? I definitely feel a catalyst around here. A pioneer, definitely in forging forward, Gemini, definitely letting things sit where they are. Shit. You know, Geminis can be kind of ruthless sometimes, and I know that. Like, I know we get that reputation because we can kind of just be done, and then we're done, and it's like, well, that's over. That was yesterday, right? And then on that same notion, some of us Geminis can really cling on and hold on to things, so it just really depends. I tend to be the type of Gemini that does let go, but I can also cling, so I guess I have both, right? So with this teacher coming out instantly, I want to light some sage, guy, or some Palo Santo, guys. With this teacher coming out, you are learning right now. You are a student of life, but you are also teaching others with your actions, okay? I feel like there's been a teaching moment here for you, Gemini. I feel like you have definitely learned something, and you definitely taught somebody else something, okay? Whether this is for the better or worse. Of course, we all know that in general, it's everything is of value, right? So even if we go through the bad, you know, we can think of it in a positive way. We can turn it around. It's all about your perspective and your perception of things. So the teacher, ability, the light attribute, right? So ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom, right? Because you have been there. So therefore you are able to lead others. You are able to teach others and show others the way. Give them some kind of idea of how they can move forward, how they can push through, because you've been the student before. You cannot be the teacher unless you've been the student, whether you're actively trying to teach somebody or whether you just are, again, a catalyst, right? You just happen to walk your happy Gemini ass into something, and then now everything is left for either better or worse after you, Gemini. Golly, I understand. Like, you know, you might not have, like, did I do that with the Urkel? Like, I didn't really mean for it to be that way. But it kind of like the presence of you I'm feeling for some of you guys, and this is not going to resonate for everybody, guys, so we take what does, right? And we leave the rest for the whoever that is for. Some of you guys definitely not knowingly or not wanting to do this way kind of cause other things to kind of bubble in the background of things that you weren't aware of to kind of boil over, right? There was already basically existing things in the situation that you kind of were the catalyst in, and you just basically were the last straw, right? Or the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. And I'm sorry, because I know, because I've been there. I think we all have been there. These archetypes are not just for Geminis, right? It's not just for us. These archetypes are definitely for everybody. We've all been the teacher, whether we were meaning to or not, right? And then the shadow attributes, manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. And this could also be, things that you've learned from teachers. Like maybe you've been led astray. Maybe you felt like you could trust somebody. And then it kind of turned out that no, you can't. Okay, Gemini? So yeah, I'm kind of getting with this energy, like, you're teaching the world right now. You're teaching yourself. You're teaching others, however it resonates. And some of it is comfortable and some of it is not so comfortable. Some of it is willingly and some of it is not so willingly. But what I am getting most of all with this, Gemini, is that the reason why you go through so much struggle in your life, the reason why you face so much adversity is because you're supposed to be learning something from these challenges. You're supposed to be growing through this as you go through this, okay? You are supposed to be absorbing these lessons so you can then flip it around and become the teacher. Most of my Geminis out there are teachers in some way or form, or that's what you are supposed to be. This does not necessarily just mean a school teacher, right? We have all types of ways that we can teach people in the world, and we don't even have to have teaching be a part of our profession. We could be like whatever, we could be, I don't know, we could be a secretary, right? Answering calls all day or on the phone all day, answering phone calls. And it's like, but in our own little way, in our own world, to our peers around us, to our family, to our friends, to our lovers, to our enemies, right? We are teachers. We are teaching them valuable lessons. And guys, I do want to say that sometimes with this comes a great burden, because sometimes we aren't always thanked for that or appreciated that, and it's not always brought up in that way. Like, it's not always viewed in that way of like, well, you hurt me. No, I taught you. I don't want you Geminis to go out there and start using that as your thing. Like, I ain't hurt you, I taught you, right? Like, because you might have hurt him too, Gemini. I'm just saying. But like, excuse me. But like, it's really that energy of like, people might misconstrue that because the lesson doesn't come in the best way. The lesson doesn't come in a way that feels great always. So Gemini, I just want to say that, yeah, and that's the same for life teaching you. The lesson might not always feel that great, but it's like, this wasn't a hurt, this wasn't a pain, this, you know what I mean? Like, this was a lesson, whether you as the Gemini meant to give it or not. Because I do get the honest energy, Gemini. For most of you, you're not trying to do, you just do things sometimes. Like, Geminis can be very like here and there. 1 minute they're set, 1 minute they're mutable, and it's just like, so I do get the energy of you kind of accidentally walking into things sometimes. Okay? So take that as it resonates. But whatever you've been through in life, whatever life has thus far taught you, whatever life has thus far put you through, or you've chose to put yourself through, let's be fucking transparent here, right? Whatever this is, Gemini, you're going through it so you can turn this into a teaching, bang, for somebody else, pretty much, okay? Like, you are supposed to be teaching people. A lot of you guys just might be good at, training people as well, too, like on your job. You just might be a really good boss. You might be a really good trainer. You might be a really good leader because you felt like it's what it's like to not be a leader. You see things from a lot of different angles, a lot of different point of views, and you're able to, as a Gemini, jump the timeline to so many different realities and how things could be. It's just a matter of not really getting caught up in different realities, and that's where life comes in to teach you a lot of times, Gemini, because sometimes you feel like you know everything, that you got it all figured out, right? And maybe not in a malicious way, but like in a way of like, yeah, I know what I'm doing, when you really don't. And like the thing, you just don't, right? And then the thing is like sometimes it's like life will smack you back down to show you like, really, you were in an alternate reality. You were in an adjacent possibility. You weren't in a reality that you are aligned to right now. And so I need to bitch slap you pretty much back into your alignment because you're not going there. That's not the path you're on. Right? So like, and I already know you guys are like, oh my God, she gets it. She understands. Like, I know, because I'm feeling that so strong. Like, I know that's exactly what this is. Life has taught you that you have to stay in alignment with your true purpose. You have to stay in alignment with what you know is reality, not what you feel could be reality, not what you would like to be reality, not maybe was reality if you're working out of past life energy. Okay. I just feel like you're seeing something for what it is, honestly, for some of you guys. You guys have gained a lot of clarity and you're just seeing something for exactly what it is. Some of you guys might be feeling like, you know, I don't know, like I don't know. For some of you, I'm just getting like, you're just feeling like maybe you put up with something for far too long. Maybe you've been in something for far too long. Maybe you should have seen the red flags long ago when they appeared. I don't know. That's for some of you guys. That's definitely not for everybody. So guys, let's see what animal spirit message we have, and then we can get on to this oracle. What do we have for Gemini? What's Gemini's collective animal spirit and animal spirit message at the moment for Gemini, right? What is it for Gemini? Gazelle. Yes, this goes perfectly with this. It goes perfectly with this teaching energy, because with the well on the bottom, the butterfly energy, come on guys. You guys are transforming. You guys have been into a dark space recently, or you're coming out of that because the well is rising to the surface, right? So you're rising to the surface. Maybe there's been an alternate type of reality that you might have caught yourself being in. Like, it's just not this one. Right? Caught maybe too much in the fantasy, too much in the emotion, too much in the intuition, or not really in the intuition, but like, because as a Gemini, I know that you're going to get exactly what I'm saying right now. It's like not too much in the intuition, but the fact that like you're living in your intuition so much where other people are not being authentic. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You guys know what I'm trying to say. They might not be authentic to their intuition, to their self, to their journey, to the, you know what I mean? You could have been in a situation like that, Gemini, where it's like you were being extremely authentic. Why can't I say that word? You might have been extremely authentic to yourself, to your intuition. You were honoring yourself. Totally following your instincts here with the gazelle energy. Okay? And the other person or situation that you were dealing with, they are not. And so it is making, what is this? They're showing me like polar, like lines, parallel, like lines, parallel, like, you know what I mean? Where you guys were kind of going where you were supposed to meet, but since this person doesn't, they kind of go, right? Or like, you know, or a situation where you were aligned with this and then it's like, but you were living too, I don't know how to explain it. It just feels like you're living in your authenticity and somebody isn't, that you're dealing with for some of you guys. And so this has caused a new reality to have to open up. And you might have been too much into your intuition and not too much into what is being shown to you. Because sometimes as an energetic being, as somebody who is extremely intuitive, this happens to me often. I have to get out of my intuition, because the intuition does show us the facts, right? It does show us what's happening. But if that's not what's being shown to me on the 3D, now, of course, if this is the case of somebody being deceptive to you and you needing to leave a situation because you know they're being deceptive, your intuition is telling you that, which I also see with the gazelle energy, you're on alert about something right now. That could be where, yeah, you're just needing to move away from that. Okay? I hope this is friggin' making sense, guys. I seriously do. Because some of this is not making sense to me. All right, so the gazelle energy, this is about being alert. This is about having been resting, right? Everything was going pretty well. And then all of a sudden something happened to bring some things back up, or have to, like, I'm getting like a repressed type of energy being brought up, or something that you thought was not something you were going to have to deal with or that you would ever deal with. And then it just kind of happened either by your workings, somebody else, whether intentionally or not, guys, you know, take what resonates, but that's what this feels like. So Spirit is asking you to listen to your instincts, to pay attention right now with the gazelle energy. Because the gazelle energy to me talks about assessing a situation, pausing to reflect, pausing for the cause before you spring into action, asking yourself, is this a good situation? Is this a bad situation? Do I need to get up and move, or can I just lay my head back down and can I rest? Okay. So it's going to be different for every single Gemini out there, but do take it as it resonates, right? Do take it as it resonates, because if you know that you're in a situation where it's like you've been being bamboozled, you've been being lied to, to, or you feel like, you know, somebody is not being completely honest with you, then yes, you might need to get up and get out of this situation, right? That could be the lesson that you're needing to teach this person. This could be the lesson that life is teaching you with the teacher energy, okay? So just be aware of that, because I feel like a lot of you Geminis right now are learning right now that you can trust your intuition. And even though we don't want to stay in our intuition, we can trust it. Okay, so take it as it resonates, because I feel like this message has been all over. But then again, when I am reading for Gemini, I'm reading for so many different people, since you guys are by far my largest collective. When I'm reading for you guys, it's like everything kind of, I get everybody's messages. Everything comes out, okay? So let's move on now and see what kind of oracle messages we have for you, Gemini. Let's see what the true messages are now that we're 15 minutes into this reading. This is going to be a long one, I can already tell. But I know you guys don't mind, so I already know. All right, Gemini, let's see what we got. Gemini, please. Gemini energy, Gemini collective. Thank you. Yeah, the goddess of awakening. Again, you are awakening to something, or you are awakening a lesson within somebody else, okay? That is the energy here. It just is. A lot of you going through ascensions, a lot of you going through these spiritual awakenings to where you're gaining that sense of clarity. Spirit is kind of bringing you back into alignment of what you're needing to do, what you're needing to focus on, where you're needing to go. Goddess of awakening. This is a wondrous time of exploration, romance, and creativity. This is a good time to explore how you're feeling. This is a good time to explore the connections with others. And if there are no connections with others that you're feeling right now, it's a good time to just explore it within yourself. Okay? But I feel like you are getting put on that path of that. For some of you that are single, or that are not, there's really nobody in sight and anything really going on, I feel like you're getting brought into that. Okay? But really the awakening lets me know that you're just gaining clarity. You're just seeing something for what it is. I feel like it's coming through. Okay? We have the God of the arts. The artist within you is about to emerge. Okay? So you could definitely be using the things that are going on in your life and kind of harnessing that energy and really throwing it into your creativity right now. I am getting, for some reason, somebody who wants to do face painting, or maybe you want to be a makeup artist or something like that. I'm getting a lot of classic art stuff like drawing, painting, sculpting. Somebody's wanting to do the bowls, like make the bowls with the little spinny clay that spins around and you kind of mold the bowls and stuff. Somebody's wanting to learn how to do that. Yeah, I'm getting like redecorating. You're wanting to just be creative in your house, and maybe like I'm getting the energy of somebody who wants to have every room be like a different color or a different theme. That is such a Gemini thing, like literally. Like just different themes. I don't know why I'm getting this for somebody, but like they want it to be like different themes from around the world. Like this is my Asian room, right? This is my African room, okay? This is my American room. This is my south of the border room, like whatever. Like, I don't know, like it's kind of like somebody wants to kind of, maybe because you really want to travel and you can't, so you're like trying to bring like worldly flair into your, into your space. But I'm also getting with that, like symbolically, I'm also getting with that, like you kind of, a lot of past life things are coming up, guys. You're remembering a lot of past life, you know, circumstances and things that's happened, and it's just kind of like you're going through those lessons. For those of you that are painters, drawers, things like that, writers, I'm getting a lot of your past life energy coming through. So you might be, if you're doing like landscapes and stuff, you know, you might be drawing or creating landscapes from places that you've seen before, just from memory. If you're writing imaginary stories and things, you might be actually, I'm getting the energy of some Gemini out there that is writing a story. It's like a fairy tale or like a, you know, fictional type of story, and you're actually writing your past life. Like, and you're kind of like, I'm getting this person is kind of like, how in the hell am I getting all this information? How am I remembering these things? How am I, yeah. Gemini. And then we have the angel of pleasure. Take pleasure in the things that you do, Gemini, because that is what is going to bring you the most abundance. That is what is going to help your manifestations come in. I'm getting a lot of throat chakra energy. Like my throat chakra has been messing up since I started doing your reading, and I tried to ignore it, but it's kind of obvious now. So I am getting the energy of your throat chakra being very blocked. So you might want to work on clearing that in a meditation, or just saying whatever the fuck you need to say. Okay? because some of you guys really might want to express yourself, all right? And this could be to a person, or this could just be in regards to a situation, or this could just be in general. You're just wanting to say something. Maybe you're wanting to post something or put something out there to the collective and you're scared of the backlash or something. Like, don't do that. We can never be scared. We have to say what we have to say sometimes. Even if it comes out like word vomit, which I would not recommend, to be honest with you. I would recommend you thinking things through before you speak, Gemini, because I really do feel like that is definitely one of our lessons that we need to learn. Sometimes when it's on, it's like, it's on. And like, especially if we're arguing, like, that's it. That's it. Okay? Like, once you reach that cap with the Gemini, like, that's it. And we're going to say whatever the fuck we feel is necessary to hurt you. That's just what it is with Geminis, and it's unfortunate, but that's things that we're working through in this life. I get for you, though, that there's something that you're wanting to express, right? And you're needing to express it, okay? So just be aware of that. Think before you speak, Gemini, okay? Don't impulsively say things or do things, because it leads up sometimes to getting you where life has to teach you. Right? Life has to teach you, okay? So, angel of pleasure, taking pleasure in the things that you do. Yeah, like, again, you know, you're manifesting a new life, whether you're aware of this or not, Gemini, because I get the energy that you're not really, like, you are, but like you're not seeing it, so it's like, okay, but you're manifesting a new life for you. You're manifesting a new beginning, okay? And so that's why you're having to go through some of these things. That is why you are having to learn some of these lessons right now, okay? Gemini, please. Gemini. This one was wanting to pop. Angel of the universe, you are encouraged to expand your thinking. Yeah, some of you guys might be in a current situation where you don't understand why something is happening the way it's happening. You're encouraged to look beyond your situation right now. You are encouraged to expand your consciousness, expand your mind. Listen to your intuition. Again, goddess of new life, angel of new life, still on the bottom of the deck. Expand your thinking. Like I was just saying, for some of you guys, you're not necessarily seeing how there's a light at the end of the tunnel, or how this is happening in your favor, or how things are, but they are. They are. You are encouraged to look beyond the situation. They're showing me hawk energy. So yeah, you're encouraged to kind of gain a bird's eye view of the situation and see not what this is not what's happening today, and not what's happened yesterday, but what potentially could be happening tomorrow, could be happening the next day in correlation to these events. What is this teaching you? Why are you going through this? Is this a pattern that spirit, the universe, whatever, has tried to communicate and teach to you several times and you just don't seem to get it? I can lay my head back down. It's fine. It's just the same old bullshit. Well, I feel like something has finally caught your attention so severely. And this could be, again, guys, for those of you that this is resonating for a relationship, this could be such a significant soul connection, such a significant soulmate, that this literally disturbed everything. And now it's like, I have to deal with it. It's like this person, like a catalyst. Like I was basically saying, you were a catalyst, or somebody was a catalyst, or both of y'all were a catalyst to this huge change. It's almost like this was a contract. This was what was supposed to happen. And it's unfortunate and it can be awkward, but I just feel like there's a bigger lesson here that you need to reach for, Gemini, that you need to look at. There's a bigger lesson in this. And then we have the goddess of psychic protection to wrap it up with the angel of emergence on the bottom of the deck. It is time for the real you to emerge. If you have been feeling like you cannot express yourself, that you have to stifle yourself away, you don't. You need to think before you speak. And if you need to say something, you need to say something, but you need to understand that sometimes your words have consequences and you can't take things back. And so it's important to understand that if what you feel like you need to express is going to be worth the outcome, expand your thinking, right? There becomes a certain point where, and that's why I said something was a catalyst, and it's like, okay, I've learned that lesson. I will not allow that to happen again, because that has completely fucked up the energy. It stirred me from my peace that I was in. It's taught me something, like, you know what I mean, or whatever it is for you guys, okay? We have the goddess of psychic protection. What you believe, you create. No one can harm you. Okay? So you are in control here, whether you kind of feel like it sometimes or not. This lets me know when this card comes out, you are protected from psychic attacks. You are protected from people who would like to try to toss things your way or to try to make you feel this small. Like, you're protected from that. It's like a mirror that they're showing me over the Gemini nation. Like a mirror. It all just kind of bounces back. At least that's what they show over me. That's what they show over my collective. That's what I see. If you feel like you're being forced to look at something right now and see something for what it is, that could definitely be that past life karma that's bouncing off that you're needing to see. Again, teacher, because you're being taught something right now, Gemini. You really are, okay? So with the goddess of protection, it's like, just know that you're protected. Know that everything can be in your mind again with this third eye ablaze, guys. Know what's reality and know what's your intuition. Because I'm not saying that reality is not your intuition. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. Reality is your intuition. Your intuition is reality. It is real. But is it the reality that everybody else is living in? Is everybody else living in their authenticity? Is everybody else living in that intuitive truth? Or are they masking? Are they repressing? Are they hiding? Are they denying? If this is the case, then you can live in your authenticity all you want. You can live in this energy, but you're just creating a reality where it's like a wall that you hit every time, Gemini. So just be aware of that. Okay, be aware of doing that and having that type of behavior kind of done to you. If somebody is going out of their way to deny and going out of their way, you can tell when somebody's going out of their way to deny something, like the defensiveness. I would never, right? Like, I would never do that. Like, that kind of energy, okay? Like, yeah, you might actually, though. You know what I mean? Like, even your spirit guide's looking at you like, okay. You know, but so, like, just be aware of that, guys. Be aware of maybe possibly doing that type of energy, having that type of energy done to you, you know. And yeah, be aware of creating your reality. You know, you what you believe you create. So if you believe something is bad, it is. If you believe something is good, it is. It's all about perception and it's all about perspective. So let's go ahead and clarify these so we can send you on your way. Okay, Gemini? So Goddess of Awakening, what is this for Gemini Nation? What is this Goddess of Awakening? This is a wondrous time of exploration, romance, that's too many, and creativity. These cards are a little difficult to shuffle, so bear with me. Goddess of Awakening, why is this here for Gemini, please? Why is the Goddess of Awakening here? Page of Wands with the Knight of Cups. There could have been some kind of, yeah, you know, this is asking you to be in your authenticity. Quite frankly, that's what this is asking you to do. Be in your authenticity, which has been the whole message behind here, okay? There could have been some communication that also awakened something and that helped you see something for what it is. But the Page of Wands, we all know, is my life purpose card. So Spirit is basically saying, you know, be authentic to yourself. Let that side of you awaken. Don't cry over spilt milk. Don't cry over what you feel like is something that you lost. You feel like is something that is you have to leave behind or is a missed opportunity or whatever regret and remorse that you have. Maybe you were the catalyst. Maybe you were the teacher in an awkward situation and you feel bad about that. You have other things that Spirit wants you to pay attention to. You have blessings. There's things to be grateful for in your life, Gemini. And it's not for the coulda, woulda, shouldas. That's not what we need to be on right now. So get geared up, get excited, right, about the new things that are definitely coming. The new things that are awakening in your life, and put all that old, you know, negativity, the old expectations, the old things behind you, Gemini. Pretty much. God of the Arts, what is this for Gemini, please? God of the Arts, what is this energy for Gemini? For Gemini Nation, Gemini Collective that I connect with. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but it did. All right, so what is the God of the Arts, please, for Gemini? God of the Arts for Gemini, please. Thank you, Spirit. What can you commit yourself to? What do you want to get committed to? What are your core convictions? Right? I almost feel like the energy here is like Spirit taught you in a really creative way. Like, you know, like I honestly feel like you kind of walked into the mousetrap. That's what they're showing me. Like, you know, and it's like they're showing me literally a mousetrap. And it's like I feel like Spirit taught you in a really creative way about what you need to hold on to and what you don't need to hold on to. What convictions you have and what convictions you don't have, or what convictions maybe need to be worked on, right? What I'm also getting with this is you needing to step out of the status quo, because the Hierophant is that status quo. The Hierophant is a commitment. It is a marriage. It is a way of being. It is a tradition. And when we're talking about the God of arts, you know, art is creativity. Art is sometimes intuitive. Art is not always, you know, based in that energy. You know, sometimes it is. Art is really what is your inspiration inside. There's really nothing that art is or isn't, right? But some of you guys might have been expressing yourself or creating in a way that to make other people happy, to fit the status quo. And now you're seeing that might have kind of backfired, right? Life came through and taught you some things, got your attention. I'm listening, says Gemini, okay? And so you're needing to kind of look outside the box. You're kind of needing to see a new creative way of doing something, or seeing that, you know, maybe the things that you were doing were not serving you, but were rather serving other people, serving the system, serving the, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure y'all do, right? But that's the energy here. And yeah, Hangman, exactly. A lot of psychic energy in this, this spread. Like I said in the very beginning, I believe, I might not have, but I believe I did say in the very beginning that you're very intuitive right now. You can trust your intuition, Gemini. You can, okay? There is a stagnation. There is a pause with the Hangman, okay? And there is this energy of needing to look at things from a different perspective. You are encouraged to expand. You are encouraged to expand your consciousness, right? Expand your mind, expand your knowledge of the situation, expand what you think you know, and actually what something is, right? Expand. Don't get caught up in the self-limitation thoughts or the little box that you might put yourself in of how you feel like something is, or you feel, you know what I mean? Like, you're encouraged to think beyond your current circumstances. And really pause while you do that. This is a time to kind of reassess, readjust, recuperate. For some of you guys. All right. Let me get some water before we continue. The angel of pleasure. Take pleasure in the things that you do. Why is this here for Gemini Nation? The angel of pleasure. Why is this here for Gemini? Thank you. Three of Pentacles. Because everything's getting a little humdrum. Right? Some of you guys might be called to work on a certain project with a group of people where, you know, you might not be able to play the same role that you always play. You might be asked to play a new role. Things could just kind of be like, I come to work, I do this, and then it's like we build and we build and we build and we never quite fucking get there though, right? I just feel like whatever you're doing for work, whatever you're doing in your community, whatever you're dedicating yourself to with this energy, the Three of Pentacles, it's like, do what makes you happy, Gemini. That's what we gotta do. We gotta do what makes us happy. Can't do whatever makes everybody else happy. And this, again, goes with trying to fit that status quo, especially when I have the Page of Wands out here, because that, again, speaks about being in your authenticity. So I'm just saying, Gemini, you could also be finding that you have a mentor right now that you are gaining a lot of pleasure from. Not pleasure like that. I mean, maybe they are teaching you some things like that. But I almost get like the energy of like it's a joy to work with this person. It's a joy to learn from this person. Like, you know, you resonate with them, basically. You resonate with their soul because you guys as souls have been on very similar paths. Okay? Yeah, some of you guys, what this is really saying is that you're not at your solid foundation that you feel is solid right now because you are needing to kind of focus on what is bringing out the passion in you. Focus on what you are fired up about, because what you're passionate about, your goals, your life purpose, it's always going to bring you that monetary thing. Your money can't be the focus. The focus has to be on what you're doing that you are passionate about. Like, for me, for instance, I am extremely passionate about healing people. I am extremely passionate about helping people. And though that does not mean that I do not hurt people, right? Because I'm being completely transparent with my Geminis, as always. Well, with everybody, with my collective in general, but especially with you guys. Of course, I still hurt people. Maliciously, intently, on purpose? No, I don't do that anymore. People might like to think so, but I I still run off the mouth sometimes. I'm still impulsive with my mouth. I feel like my spirit guides, they want to clamp their hands over my mouth sometimes to get me to shut up, because I'm very much about that, saying whatever the hell you feel like in your heart of hearts you need to say at the moment. So it's like, and sometimes my mouth, well, the things I say, right, can get me in trouble, can teach me, but also be a catalyst to teach other people. And sometimes it's not the greatest energy, okay? So just be aware of that. This is a learning process, okay? I get this again with that communication coming in and out. You could have some communication coming in regards to work that comes in really fast, and this is going to make you feel really good. Like, this is going to make you feel passionate. All right, guys. I don't even know where I was going with that whole thing, but, you know, we just go off and we just do it. Gemini, that's just how we fucking do it, right? Yeah, we just sail away, right? Literally, 6 of Swords, that's what we do. But some of you guys are quite literally sailing out. Sorry, I thought somebody was in my driveway. Some of you guys are quite literally sailing out of this repressed energy, this energy of an illusion, this energy of where something it was being masked, or again, this could be past life repression coming back up, because I'm kind of getting that for some of you. Some of you are coming out of that cloudiness, that shady feeling, or the feeling of, you know, not exactly seeing everything for what it is. Also with this moon energy, your intuition is driving you and telling you to push forward, to keep it moving always, okay? Because with the 6 of Swords, we have that energy of, you know, coming out of the 5 of Swords. So that chaos, that conflict, that change. But that's inner conflict with the swords. Sometimes, yeah, it can be manipulation, people playing games with you and whatnot. But then, these people are teachers, remember, right? Everybody you meet, good or bad, is teaching you something, whether intentionally or not, okay? So with the 6 of Swords, moving out of that, right? Moving out of that and allowing the change to happen, it's like some of us can kind of get stuck at that 5 of Swords. That's why it's going round and round and round with that self-sabotage, self-analyzing, and just over-analyzing. But what Spirit is asking you to do right now is keep it moving. Okay, push forward, get over that hump so you can start sailing again into those smooth waters, because that's what's going to clear up your mental, you know, your mental space. Also with the moon, the 6 of Swords, I'm getting a strong telepathic connection right now to somebody. Yes, some of you guys are definitely feeling a strong telepathic connection, and it happens a lot at night. Maybe because at night, both of you guys have time to kind of just sit there and let your mind wander. There's a lot of dreams crossing into each other's dreams, and there's just like a strong telepathic communication. But this is too teaching you something about your boundaries, your energetic boundaries that you need to set up, pulling your power back. Because I'm gonna tell you guys, since we gonna go there, right? Since we gonna motherfucking go there, magician, yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys, sometimes people purposely want to infiltrate your energy. I've had this happen quite recently. Sometimes people want to get in your energy. They want to feel you out. They want to enter your dreams. They want you to think about them. They want you to sit there, like, you know what I mean? We have these people that are energy workers out there, and they're not even, either they're aware of it or they aren't aware of it. Whether or not they are, don't give no 2 fucks to me. They're still infiltrating your energy. So there could be that energy right here, because we do have that with the Goddess of Psychic Protection. You might need to pull your energy back, Gemini. It's a fantabulous thing to do. And pull your energy back as many times as you need to. This is not just once. You might need to pull your energy back again. Because, yeah, sometimes people can have pieces of us that we aren't even aware that they got. And I really do feel like that. They're showing me like goblins. I don't know. They're showing me like people like pulling on coattails and stuff. Like somebody is trying to pull at your energy. This could be a soulmate. This could be a teacher, right? Somebody that's taught you something or wants to teach you something else. It's important that you set up your energetic boundaries too, Gemini. It is, right? Because this can get in the energy of your, you know, divinity, what you've been sitting in, your abundance, your security, the things you're building for yourself. Somebody might be, not maliciously or purposely. I mean, I'm not going to give all these fuckers that credit. Some of them, yeah, they do want to fucking crumble, you know, your foundation. But for the most part, I'm not getting an intentional feeling. I'm just getting like this person is energetically connected to you. Okay? So just be aware of that. Right? There is a cycle that is closing out, and thus a new cycle that is beginning for you, Gemini. Release it. Release right? Like that's what, for some reason with you Geminis, I don't know why I always get with you guys in particular, but I always get that damn Independence Day with the alien that's got the doctor by the throat and he's like, release me. And it's like, you just, because maybe some of you guys just like, you need to release things. But you also need to, that's also somebody working somebody else though. See, I just now caught that. That's also that alien that's working that human as like a host. So be aware of other people kind of getting in your energy and fucking with you. I'm so 100 right now, guys. Pull your power back and keep your power with you. Anytime you start finding yourself thinking about something you don't want to, or thinking about somebody you don't want to, yup, pull your energy back, guys. Okay, but this comes with also accountability, not thinking about them, not watching things that remind you of them, not listening to music. Like, you have to separate yourself from whatever that is. For whoever that is, we're going off on tangents, right? Okay, so Angel of the Universe. Why is this here for Gemini? Angel of the Universe. Why is this Angel of the Universe here for Gemini? Being encouraged to expand their thinking. Uh-oh, I accidentally flung it. Hold on. Yes, come through, spirits, with that, right? Because there's karma that's playing out. There's definitely karma, which, guys, I was already getting that anyways, like pretty much this whole dang reading of past life. We got to light some hollow for like for past life energies, past life connections, past life experiences coming back up, rearing their ugly heads, you needing to deal with things. There is karma that's being played out here. Whether you feel like you got what you deserved or not, take the lesson. Okay? I'm like sideways at you right now. Take the lesson, Gemini. Take the motherfucking lesson, okay? Take it for what it is. Whether you feel like you were on the dirty side of that karma or the light side, or maybe a little bit of both, right? It doesn't matter. Everybody stacks up karma in this life. Everybody stacks up karma in any life. Good and bad. Nobody's a saint. Nobody's completely a saint, and nobody is completely a sinner. And I don't give a gosh goddamn what anybody says about that. Okay? Nobody is completely a saint, and nobody is completely a sinner. So take whatever karma this is that you're having to deal with right now. Take it, Gemini, because this means you ain't gonna have to deal with it again. Learn the lesson. Whatever life is trying to teach you, whatever this teacher is teaching you, whatever the universe is teaching you, learn the lesson. Okay, because then once we learn it, we do not have to relearn it unless we purposely decide to relearn it. And if we purposely decide to relearn it, right, because I think we touched on this already, that just means you didn't learn it the first time. That's all that is. That, or you're a glutton for punishment and pain, which is a lesson within itself. Okay, so with the Four of Swords here and this Angel of Universe, it's like, yeah, excuse me, you are being asked to kind of meditate on something, contemplate on something, put your mind to ease about something, see something in a bigger perspective so you can relax a little bit. Four of Swords is the relaxing. That's the rest after the stress. Four of Swords is that energy of after the battle, right? Because, well, it's kind of like, it depends on how you look at it, right, in the tarot. Because we have the Three of Swords, which is definitely that stress. It's definitely some kind of conflict. It's definitely some kind of breakup or release or separation or something that has happened, right, to disrupt the peace. But now you're being encouraged to kind of go in and really seek the lessons, seek the healing after your battle wounds that you've most recently received, Gemini, okay? And you're asked to kind of dig deep and see, what is the lesson? What can I learn from this before I move on? Because, of course, the Five of Swords is kind of, can be more conflict coming, can be more battles, or can be needing to kind of, I feel like how we handle with this stage, how we handle the Four of Swords, honestly depicts how we're going to handle the Five of Swords. Oh yeah, I'm going to get that deep into the tarot. Because I feel like if you handle your lessons from the Four of Swords, if you really contemplate and you seek the lesson and you absorb it and you learn it, you kind of almost bypass the Five. Like you sit there for just a second and then you go through it. You're only there long enough to just move through it. But if you just decide to bypass this stage and you don't want to contemplate, you don't want to see the bigger picture, you don't want to see the bigger experience of it all, you just go right into that Five of Swords, which causes you to overthink, because you skipped the meditation step. You skipped the step where you needed to think, you needed to marinate on it, you needed to learn those lessons and heal. So this step is crucial, guys. The Four of Swords is crucial for your journey through the swords, because you have to meditate. You have to heal so you can move forward smoothly, okay? Yes, exactly. We cannot be the King of Cups. And I know the King of Cups can be a very open, intuitive, accepting energy. But for me, with this, it's kind of like sometimes we can repress with the King of Cups energy. We need to allow ourselves to feel so that we can heal. And for most people out there, whether you're Gemini or not, give no fucks, okay? Most people, why they bypass this, the Four of Swords, is because they don't want to feel it. Because you have to feel it to heal it. You have to. Because you're having to meditate on it. You're having to think about it. You're having to take accountability and see what you've done. And you know what I mean? And seek the lessons and learn from them. And you know what I mean? You're having to tend to the wounds. So if you don't want to feel that pain, if you want to repress and live in this world where you're like, la-da-da-da, everything's great, it's fine, I'm cool, I didn't feel nothing, but it's, you know, and ignore it, right? For that momentary satisfaction, guess what's going to happen every single time? Oh my God, I'm sorry, I don't mean to fucking trigger you, Gemini. Right? But that's what's going to happen. Spirit is going to throw in that tower because it's like, oh, no. Everybody gets to sit in the Four of Swords. Everybody has to. You need to heal. You cannot live with this. This is not going to happen. Right? Without going through that. So if you don't, bam, tower. That's just facts, right? That's just facts. Okay. She preaching today, I see. Anyways, so, Goddess of Psychic Protection. Why is this here for Gemini? Goddess of Psychic Protection. Goddess of Psychic Protection. Birdcage. Again, this goes with that star energy too. Somebody could be very hurt right now and working out of a really negative space with that Three of Swords and that King of Swords energy. Why? Because this person has refused to go through the Four of Swords. Or they don't see it the same. Whatever the fucking situation is, right? There could be somebody this is just one thing I'm getting here. There could be somebody that is, again, repressing things, keeping to themselves, and they're not thinking the best things about you. But yet they have this weird, like, you know, like they feel like you're out of reach. They feel like you're out of touch. Nothing can touch you type of energy. Somebody is definitely pissed off because it seems like nothing touches you, Gemini. Okay. That's just the energy. Somebody is definitely upset because they feel like nothing ever gets to you. Nothing ever touches you. But see, what they don't fucking understand, right? What they don't know about being a Gemini is that everything fucking touches us. Everything affects us. We have more. That's why I almost triggered y'all with that damn tower. Because we have more towers than I feel like anybody else in the zodiac. Sometimes it's because we can't get over our own bullshit. Some of it's because we blind ourselves. Some of it's because we have a lot of lessons so we can be teachers, right? Whatever it is. But I feel like a lot of us actually go through towers. That's the thing. We show it differently. We wear these stripes differently than everybody else. We don't let every single thing affect us. We don't let every single thing break us down when we're on, you know, the social media crying over things. Like, that's not us. So, and also we work out of that King of Swords, out of that Queen of Swords. So we can be very cold, you know, hearted, very hard on ice type of energy. Right? Because if we open ourselves up, it feels too intense sometimes, which is why I feel like Spirit is specifically saying to you, Geminis, right now, you need to put yourself into that healing state. You need to feel it so you can heal it. Just release it, guys. Whatever it is. Eight of Swords with the Psychic Protection card. Yeah, somebody might be trying to restrict you. Somebody might be trying to put you into that birdcage, but they cannot. I told you, you are protected. Spirit is protecting you. Okay? And then for others of you, you put yourself in there because what you believe, you create. If you feel like you're restricted in some way, if you feel like you can't move forward, well, you're not. You're not going to, and you are restricted. So, you know, you govern the mind and the communication, right? A lot of the mental aspects being an air sign, and especially being very mutable, since you are a mutable sign, Gemini, you govern change. You govern these, you can maneuver through things so well. So don't allow yourself to get stuck. You are in control of your mind. You are in control of your energy. You are in control of your thoughts, okay? I'm also seeing with this too, which is interesting because I don't normally get that kind of energy, but I'm also seeing with this Psychic Protection and the Eight of Swords, possibly needing to just, you know, put up your barriers, put up your shields, you know, encase yourself with loving light, loving energy. Because the birdcage, as we know, is something that we go where we are thinking about what comes next, right? Yeah. I feel like some of you are trying to figure out why you always end up on certain spots in your interactions with people, right? Some of you guys are trying to figure out what moves you want to make next, what path you want to go down next, right? Fool card energy. There you go. New beginnings. You're working through it. You're getting there, okay? But just understand that you are protected. And yes, for whoever this energy worker is that I am picking up on, and it could be like, again, this is not necessarily like Malfoy, right? This is not like necessarily somebody who's out there vindictively trying to step into your energy, but they definitely might be some that are. So it is important to put these boundaries up. It is important to protect your energy right now. And it is important to understand that you are in charge, okay, of your energy, of your mind, of your thoughts. And if you're in a negative spot right now, if you're in a negative space, it's really something that, you know, I don't know. I'm getting for some of you guys, like you would like to blame your problems on everybody else, but the divine part of you, right? What life is teaching to you right now, the gazelle spirit, what's caught your attention is that actually you have some accountability. There's actually things that you've stepped into. You've walked into these situations by, again, refusing to see things for what they are, or refusing to learn prior lessons, or whatever it is for you guys. I don't fucking know. Right? Anyways, guys, I love you. This has been a long message, but you guys deserve it. I hope it helps. I hope it does something for you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Love you. Bye.